So next step is to push the application to S3. So for that one, what we need to do is like we need to make sure that AWS CLI is installed. I have it already installed in my system. So just ensure that before running this command, you are installing AWS CLI in your system. So this is a AWS deploy push command. Here we need to give the application name that we just created while doing the code deploy, and here S3 location, the S3 bucket that we have created. And what we indicate here is like our application will be saved in S3 bucket in the form app.zip inside this app underscore code underscore repo. So this folder will get automatically created, and app.zip will get saved inside this one automatically once we execute this command. So for that one, we should go to our git bash terminal and run this command. So if you are wondering what is this git bash, just to ensure that we are on same page, this is we are running this git bash from our local because our code is currently present in local, and whatever changes that we are making it in our local. In the previous step, we made the change and then we have pushed it to the AWS code commit repository, which was successful. In this step, what we are doing is we are pushing it to the S3 bucket. So let's run this one. It's saying no application found. Let me check why it is showing so. It's there. Let us delete this application and see, create a new one. Create application. EC2 on-premise, create application. Just ensure that it is already there. Okay, the problem here is like I was creating the application in North Virginia, which I shouldn't be because I am in US West. So let us delete this application and go to US West, Oregon. This is where all my bucket and EC2 instances are residing. Okay, so let me create an application here. Create application. The application is created now. Let me create the deployment group as well. BG. Service role will come up automatically, which we created earlier. Deployment type is in place. We are going to use Amazon EC2 instance. Ideally, the instance that we created should show up. So it is showing one unique matched instance. Let us make sure that it is the same one. There is issue, which means we created this also in North Virginia. Okay, So let me do one thing. Let me go to North Virginia and terminate this instance. And let us create a new instance, fresh new instance. Okay, terminate instance, terminate. Since there has been confusion, let us just ensure that our buckets are also proper. Okay, this one is shutting down. So let us go to Oregon and quickly create an instance. So, which means we have to terminate the EC2 instance that we created earlier. Okay, let us launch an instance. As done earlier with North Virginia, it should be the same steps. I am selecting Ubuntu 18.04. I am using p2.micro. Launch configuration instance. IAM role should be there, which is auto scale demo EC2 role. Here let us give the standard commands for deploying the code agent. Let us review and launch it. Let us launch. Okay, yeah. So here earlier we downloaded a new Keypair. So here I was using this Oregon region before this demo session as well. So I have already have a Keypair existing, so I will be using this one only. The steps that you need to do in case if you are using a new Keypair is the same. You need to download it and make sure that you are copying it in your Ubuntu instance, in your WSL Ubuntu instance directory in your Windows. In case if you are using WSL, or if you are using Ubuntu, make sure that you are copying it in your home instance. Okay. So I am going to use the same one. If you want to check, it is already present here. Okay, mlo 10 EC2 Keypair name. This is the same one that I am going to use here. So I'm just launching the instance. Let us view the instance. It is still getting created. Once it gets created, we can SSH into it. So let's wait for this instance to come up. So our next step is to push the application to S3 bucket. We were trying to do it earlier, but we couldn't do it because we were in wrong region. So this time it should work fine. So first thing is to make sure that we are able to connect. Okay. So earlier we have to give this chmod 400 command, but this time we don't need to do it because already my WSL is familiar with this guy, so I'm not going to give it. I'm directly trying to connect it, which should be okay. So these are the uh, prerequisites that we installed. So we can see the install is here. Now let us see if a code deploy agent is successfully installed or not. Okay, code deploy agent is also successfully installed. So now let us install the prerequisites to make our machine ready to host the npm application. These are the same steps that we done earlier, but unfortunately we had to do it again because we were doing it in the wrong region. Now our machine is ready. Prerequisites are also installed, but we need to make sure that we are adding 3000 to the inbound rules. So let us go there, go to security groups, go to inbound rules, edit inbound rule, go to anywhere IP4, give 3000 and save rules. Okay, we just need to make sure that it is already there. Just go to instance, go to security, and make sure that 3000. Next step is to add the tags. I will just give the tag as add tag auto scale demo. We will use this later to identify our EC2 instance. So tag is also added. Next step is to create the deployment in correct region, create the application in correct region, create a deployment group, and to connect it to our S3 bucket.